Winter holds Wessex in its grip. The hearths burn low, and in every hall the air is thick with rumor and restless ambition. Fathers whisper of marriage that will bind their bloodlines to rising names. Sisters carry tidings too heavy for their own keeping. In Lawson chambers, strangers in cloaks trade words meant for no one's ears but their own. Some speak of kingdoms bending like rotten timber. Others weigh the worth of alliance, sealed not only with sword and oath, but by the daughters they would give to uncertain futures. And beneath it all, the kindred stir. The night is theirs alone. Yet even in silence, they feel the pull of power and the bite of intrigue. What mask to wear, what truth to unveil, what burden to claim or cast aside. Tonight, the shadows of Winchester gather once more. The hour is heavy with expectation. What you decide in whispers may soon echo like thunder across the land. And the land remembers. Welcome in, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? We are joined by all our friends, minus Crit Crafters this evening. He lost power a few moments before, and he might not be back in time, so we are moving on without him this evening, but he will be missed. And let me ask everyone else, as I cut someone off when I kept talking, how is everyone doing tonight?
Oh, just great.
Good.
Woo!
Excellent. So we're going to do our normal opening ritual. We're going to start with Nerded Art. Tell us who you are, who you're playing tonight, and what would make this night a triumph or a disaster for your character.
Oh man, that's a hard question. I am Nerded Art. I don't really stream on my own, but I am the other half of Team Wildwood who does stream occasionally. And my cat is trying to attack my tuna sandwich. I am playing Roswynn of Lichfeld tonight. She is a Toreador seamstress to the queen, and she's trying to figure out how to make her way up in the world and how to elevate the status of her coterie. So tonight, I believe the plan is for her to go visit her sister, and she's feeling torn about that. She shares everything with her sister, and does she share what's happened to her since she last saw her? It's a good question. We'll find out.
Davey, tell us who you are, who you're playing tonight, and what would make this night a triumph or disaster for your character.
Hi there, I'm Davey. I am a gamer, history buff, general TTRPG fan, and I will be playing Anarawd this evening. He's a Bruja bard. What would make this evening a triumph for him would be he knows that he will have to go into a very important meeting with the other vampires of Wessex later on, and he wants to preserve the spirit of his charter that he has created. That every one of you is probably going to try and tear up.
Fix, not tear up.
If I could read, I'd have arguments.
Someone read it aloud to Suni.
He'd be like, what?
Excellent. That does bring us to Josh. Tell us who you are, Josh. Tell us who you're playing tonight. And what would make tonight a triumph or a disaster for you?
I'm just Joshy. I like horror movies and vampire stuff and cats and actual play. Playing Suni, the Tzimisce merchant. And tonight, I think it would be a triumph if he actually does get his hands on being the boon keeper or the harpy or the whatever we're going to call it. And I think it would be a disaster if Aldhelm kills him. Because that's on the table.
On the table. All right, that brings us to you, Keywork Saver. Tell us who you are, who you're playing tonight, and what would make this night a triumph or a disaster for your character.
I am Keywork Savior. I stream sparingly. I actually worked on stream stuff this week, so trying to pull myself out of that pit. Monday nights I am Cyneric, formerly the Oath-sworn Knight. Now he is the newly minted Thane of Basing. There are stirrings of maidens seeking his prominent hand. As far as what would make tonight a disaster, if the aforementioned political discussions came to blows, I guess maybe that wouldn't be a disaster, but I don't know. I guess the fates have what they have in store for us.
A true disaster, no maidens.
Hey, Crit.
Nobody shows up. Yeah. Then.
All right, that brings us to Ellie. Ellie, tell us who you are, who you're playing tonight, and what would make this night a triumph or disaster for your character.
Hello, I'm Ellie, also known as Mrs. Keywork. I'm a crazy cat lady. And with that, I play Windretta, who's a Ventru, and she's the wife to an alderman, and she's getting some power, and that's pretty interesting. But what could really just make or break the evening is how the court goes. That could go either very bad or very good. So that's the toss-up right there.
Excellent. Now, before we get started, I wanted to bring up the fact to everyone who's generally watches us, there is a poll currently in the Discord, which you can find at this link, about future games that we're going to be playing. This is going to be a rotating list. If something wins this poll, it's going to be run. We're going to play it, and then we're going to throw up another poll and replace that game with another game in the list. So it's going to be rotating. So if Chains of the Lost wins this week, it'll be yanked from there, and the next game that'll be thrown into the mix will probably be Scion. And then we'll keep going on and on until we get through all my entire backlog of games, and I either have a heart attack from working too hard. It's going to be a lot of fun. Other things other quick housekeeping things. I am looking for another a mod producer, kind of to manage chat while we're doing this. Someone who can just hang out, keep chat going, answer questions in chat, maybe help change the scene if they notice I haven't changed the scene, set the scene. If I haven't done that, I'm looking for a mod. I'm looking to hire someone to help out with the stream. Most of my mods are players. And that's just how it worked out. So, I'm looking for a non-mod player. And that's it for all that very uncharacteristic stuff we go through. We usually dive right into the gameplay. So here we go. Everybody, we're going to resolve your willpower, resolve or composure, whichever is higher. Does anyone have any blood bonds they need to resolve? Any ghouling that needs to be done?
It's just been a week. Yeah, it's just been a week, right?
It's been a week, yes.
Okay, so I think I'll need to reinforce my bond with Leofa next week, but I should still be fine for now.
All right.
I
Everybody
need to re-up.
Josh, you said you need to re-up?
Yeah.
All right. And you, Davey? You said?
I think I'm due it next week.
Okay. Fantastic. If you want to. No one has to keep their ghouls up. All right. So make a rouse check for me, Josh. All right. Your hunger does not change. So everyone's hunger, make your daily rouse checks. Everybody. How'd everyone do? Oh,
I was going to say, Zed did. Oh, I'm still listed as Magnolia. Zed did remind us, too, that because of our blood potency, we can re-roll our daily rouse check, right?
Yes,
so whoever failed that.
You can re-roll your daily rouse check because of your blood potency. Thank you for reminding me.
Also, remember you get that power dice when you're rolling your disciplines.
I always forget, too. I rely on you guys to remember things that help your characters. I remember the bad things. All right. So everyone's hunger starts at 2, plus the result of your rouse checks. All right. And I want to know who's going to use Herd or who's going to not use Herd tonight. Anyone using Herd?
I'll use my personal herd.
Okay.
We starting at 3 hunger?
We're starting at 2 plus okay. Your daily rouse check.
Okay.
I will take half.
You're going to take half to feed? Everyone raise your hand if you're going to take half to feed.
Difficulty is still 3, right?
Difficulty is still 3, yes. Cyneric, yes.
I'll pull 1 dot from the coterie herd.
All right, so everyone will get down to hunger 1. Nice and easy. We're getting really easy. Hunger's getting really easy to deal with. I like it. All right, let's get into these scenes, everybody. Let's get started. We're going to start tonight with Roswynn. Roswynn, you're not going to see your sister because your chamber is hushed. The stone walls damp with night air. Only a few torches left to gutter low along the cloister. A faint draft carries the smell of wax and smoke into your private space. The door opens without ceremony, and Wolfgriff enters wrapped in a heavy dark cloak, her pale face tight with strain. Besides her pads Wolfhild, the middle daughter, restless and wide-eyed, clutching a spindle of flax as though it were a talisman. The girl fidgets, threads unwinding beneath her fingers, but Wolfgriff's steps are quick, purposeful, driven by worry. She closes the door behind him with care and without preamble fixes her gaze on you. Whatever has brought them here tonight is not for the servants' ears, nor the queen's courtly whispers, but for you alone. Wolfhild kind of clings to your side. She comes to you quickly and she begins whispering questions. She wants to know everything about the Queen's Hall. This is your niece you haven't seen for so long, and she's grown. She's maybe 9 at this point, but she's gotten bigger, and she wants to know everything about the Queen's Hall. She's marveling at the finery, everything. Wolfgriff allows this to go on briefly. But then she's a hush child. Go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're good. I would say I'd embrace her, of course, and I'm in total surprise. I had no idea that Wolfgriff was coming. This is such a shock.
Wolfgriff allows it briefly, and then she hushes her daughter with a very sharp look. I bring word from Twyford, dear sister. Your brother, by law, makes plans. He means to set our eldest Ecgberht as bride for the new Thane of Basing. He believes
the Thane
such a...
Cyneric.
Yes, the Thane Cyneric.
Roswynn is flabbergasted. Obviously, she's no stranger to how things work these days, but she's a child. She's 12.
And she sees the incredulity in your face, and she's like, yes, I understand, but he believes such a bond will only strengthen our house.
I think there must be someone better matched in age for her.
There is no other Thane of marrying age besides Cyneric. He wants to marry within the nobility. There's only bastards left.
Has he taken this to the king or to Thane Cyneric himself?
No, not yet, but I know he plans to do it shortly. Ecgberht's but a girl. It's too quick, I say. I agree with you. But Wigston will not hear me. He thinks only of the power and allies. He sees Cyneric's name rising, and he means to lash our family to his star before others do. Heirs can wait, he says. Marriage cannot.
This has given me much to think about, sister. We cannot be certain that the king would even allow such a thing, or that Thane Cyneric himself would accept the proposal. I feel we should not panic before we know what is to be said.
I understand, but Ecgberht says she'll never bow to some grim Thane. She says she'll run to Winchester and live with you. She says, this is what Wolfhild, as she interrupts, this is what she says. She says she'll come live with you, Auntie.
Roswynn can't help but smile at that. She loves Ecgberht. She's her favorite niece. She's quick-witted, she's smart, and basically saying the exact thing that Roswynn said at 12. Can I talk with her, perhaps? I fear we're all panicking too soon. Many conversations must be had before this is written.
Wolfgriff says, I understand, but she leans in, her voice getting quiet. But there's worse. Wigston meets in secret with strangers, men off the coast. Their tongue Frankish. He says it's for trade, but I know trade when I see it. These are soldiers, or maybe messengers. They bring whispers of a king from across the sea.
Let me guess. Ecgberht.
Eyes go wide, and she goes, tell me true. Is Wigston a fool or a traitor? If these are Charlemagne's men, and working for Ecgberht, then he wagers not only his life, but my children's as well, correct?
I fear he is a traitor no matter what I say. A fool, however, he may not be. The king himself is declining. It's only a matter of time.
Your niece kind of looks at your dress a little bit, marveling at it. Her mother clasps your hand tightly. I cannot stop him, Roswynn, but you walk the halls where the whispers turn to oaths. You see what men hide. You can talk to the queen. You have the queen's ear. The queen has the king's ear. You can help him see. Please don't. I don't want to see my husband die, but I don't want to see him marry my eldest, our 12-year-old Ecgberht, to some grin, bloodthirsty pagan hammer.
I will talk with the queen, and I am good friends with Thane Cyneric. I will speak with him as well.
Thane Cyneric, is he a good man? Would he make a good match for our daughter?
Roswynn groans internally. I'm afraid that Ecgberht's assessment of him is rather accurate. He is a bit of a stoic fellow. I cannot say he would be cruel to her, but I don't know what to think right now.
He looks crestfallen a little bit, but light comes back to her eyes. Please, and Wolfhild bursts out again. Says, Auntie, please don't let them take Ecgberht away. Please don't let Ecgberht take him away.
Roswynn takes a deep breath, even though she doesn't need to, and gently tucks her niece's hair behind her ear. She's torn because she knows that this is just the way of the world right now, but she also understands how they feel because that's how she felt. And so she just sighs and says, we don't know what the future is to be yet. Let's try not to lose ourselves in worry. And I will talk with the Thane and I'll talk with the Queen and we will see what is to be done.
Your sister gathers up Wolfhild and she says, thank you. And she goes, we must go, though. We will be missed.
It is good to see you, sister.
It's good to see you, too. She gives you a peck on the cheek, and as quick as she came, she is out the door with your niece in tow. Suni, your dovecote perches high above the market. Rafters thick with the musk of feathers and lantern smoke. Pigeons shift and murmur restlessly in their nest as if sensing an intrusion. On the rough-hewn table lie scattered coded tokens, marked coins, and scraps of parchment, the familiar clutter of your hidden network. Tonight, however, another presence fills the room. A heavy-shouldered Frank stands cloaked against a draft, his stance unmistakably martial despite the garb of traveling trader. His hood shadows most of his face, but his voice, measured and commanding, hinged with authority, cuts through the restless cooing of the birds as he talks to your man who takes the messages, and he dictates, his accent thick. Ride to the coast. Tell them Ecgberht must be ready. The kingdom bends like rotten timber. When the hour comes, we strike swift. I would like you to make, I know this is not a great role for you, a wits plus awareness check. Difficulty 2.
Oh, this feels important. I'm aroused.
Okay.
Yay!
All right.
Pump some blood into that brain.
You got your 2 successes. After weeks of searching and questioning and asking, as you hear the
And
words
listening.
again, and listening, you hear ride to the coast. And the voice comes back to you. Roman half-mask. The man you saw, the voice you heard on St. Catherine's Hill. She continues to speak. He's stressing Charlemagne's backing, and he begins mocking the king's weakness in his letter that he's dictating. As the courier departs, the man reaches into a satchel and he pulls something out. He pulls out a ledger, but something else falls out and clangs to the floor. And he curses kind of spits and picks it up, and he asks himself why he even still has this thing. And it's a mask.
It's the mask, eh?
It is the mask, yes. Not a porcelain, not a rising phoenix, but a Roman half mask.
Does... Oh, that's a interesting trinket that you've got there, sir.
He rounds on you, and he stops, and he gives you a look. Tilts his head. And he makes a wits plus an awareness check as well. Same difficulty. That's way too many dice. I apologize.
Oh, rude.
Very rude. And he stops and he tilts his head the other way. His eyes narrow and a kind of a half grin appears at the corner of his lips. He goes, "Yes, a mighty strange." His accent thick. Foreign, for sure.
And you said he was writing a letter to Charlemagne?
Looks like it was, sounded like it was to Ecgberht. Telling Ecgberht to strike.
Suni isn't super plugged into the politics of the region. Who is that?
All right, if you've heard rumors that there is an exiled elderman who means to come back to take the throne from Bjortnik.
Oh, so okay. So he's informing this exiled elderman that the crown is weak and the time is now to strike?
Yes.
Your friend is... Do you believe he's a better candidate?
He's my friend. Oh, my friend. I have no desire to have any opinion on the politics of Winchester whatsoever beyond my duty, good sir.
So it's your duty to inform him to strike?
It was my duty to inform him when the time was right, when things seemed gravest, that he would have the best opportunity to play his hand. The king still lives, though. The king still lives. But Mercia grows weak. Now is the time. He seems confident in actually speaking these words out to you, only because he knows that it's supposed to be confidential, what he says in your establishment.
So I'm... What does Mercia have to do with this? Out of character? I'm confused.
All right, a little bit of context. At this point in history, Wessex itself is under Mercian submission, so to speak, but Offa's growing old, he's growing tired. Offa is the king of Mercia, who happens to be the queen's father.
Okay.
But you have the same knowledge that a normal person of Wessex might have in the situation anyway.
And I was going to say, Windretta's husband is also off in Mercia right now.
He goes, "I recognize you, Nightjar."
Many do.
Have you discovered the others, the Firebird and the cat?
I have not, though they interest me greatly.
Play your games while you can. Changes are coming to this land. Rave changes.
I will play my games through those changes. My games will last as long as I choose. My games are not games.
All games are important. The ones we play amongst ourselves and the ones we play against ourselves. They're all important. Every single one of them. Games do you play? He leans in close. He leans in close with you, uncomfortably close.
You keep saying that to Suni. Suni does not.
There's no uncomfortable close to Suni. There's no uncomfortable close to Suni. I get that, but he gets close. He would be uncomfortable to someone not named Suni.
Suni recognizes the implied threat of the closeness and rests his forehead against the forehead of this man,
Which causes
and
him to blink.
and says, "You ask me if I've discovered these men. Have you discovered these men? Would you tell me?"
And give up the game so soon? The game of masks never ends until everyone is unmasked. I know who they are. I came in with them.
Would you tell me? Command.
Man, oh, roll it. Go for it.
Let me see.
I'm just picturing this entire conversation with them going down, with their foreheads pressed together, and they're like whispering to each other.
Bizarre dominance display.
Uncomfortably close.
That is a 7 pool for me. Yes, it is.
Oh my. Good lord. That's a crit. That's a big crit. Not enough. All right. So, yes, he tells you the cat.
And because I have dominate 4 now, it's his idea that he's
It's
telling
his
me.
idea to tell you that he's rationalizing it. That is correct. And he says, yes, I've already won the game. It doesn't matter what I tell you at this point. The cat is Lady Eleanor of Trier. And the man, the Firebird, Archbishop, the Archbishop of this city.
Of Winchester?
Of Winchester, yes.
The Anarawd school?
Anarawd school, yes.
Obviously, I need to curb his extracurricular activities.
I appreciate you telling me these things, and I also appreciate that you won't say that you've told. Mesmerize.
Oh, roll it. Go ahead. What's up, Roswynn?
I'm just going to mention, we still don't really have his name yet, do we? What's his name?
No one's asked his name
Right.
yet. Yep.
It's his name.
I got lost in the sauce. I get an extra die.
Yes, you do get an extra die. Successes.
I'm gonna reroll one of those.
All
Three of
right.
those.
Go for it. All right. So you were using mesmerize to. What were you mesmerizing him for?
To tell him he won't reveal that he has revealed this information.
Okay. He will not reveal that he has revealed this information. With that, he gathers up his satchel. He pulls his head away from yours. He still hasn't told you his name, but he turns away from you.
Would you do the pleasantry of exchanging names?
Turns back around. There's a half smile on his lip. Hugo Lamont.
And from where do you hail? Your accent is foreign.
Lamont.
My accent is plain.
Le Mans. Hugo of Le Mans. Which is Francia. It's a place in Francia. You may have heard of it. You haven't. It's just
I have not.
you have not.
Do you plan to stay in the city for an extended time? You've been here so long already. Surely you miss home.
It is time for me to be leaving. Now that my work is done.
I overheard who this letter is to.
Yes, you overheard who the letter was to. Maybe one more night at the Amber Vale. Yes.
Who could resist such
Who
temptation?
could resist some... Exactly, such temptations.
I appreciate doing business with you, good sir. The fruit of my business is the fruit of your business. And I do hope to see each other in the future.
Dips his hat, and he leaves your dovecoat. He wipes off some pigeon leavings off the shoulder with a rag, and you can tell it disgusts him, but he does it, and he leaves.
Suni, with
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Suni, with this information, will sit and ruminate a bit and thank his lucky stars that he finally knows who these people are and begin to plot what to do with them.
Plotting what to do with them. I like it. Excellent. Thane Cyneric. The fire blazes in the high seat hall, smoke curling through the smoke hole above. Your shields gleam along the timbered walls, their rims catching the light. Your retinue stands straight at their posts, spears upright, while a hushed expectation settles over the chamber. Guests are welcomed with their old tokens of peace. Foaming mead passed hand to hand, dark bread broken and offered. Yet the weight in the air speaks more than hospitality. First through the doorway comes Alderman Oswin of the North Vale. Broad-shouldered, his hair streaked silver, he wears a plain wool cloak lined with fur. His bearing is deliberate, every step and glance measured. Though his sword is mostly ceremonial, he carries it with him to memory of battles fought ages long ago. At his side walks Ecgberht, 17, modest in a green gown pinned with a bronze brooch. She says little, but her eyes are sharp, quick to take the measure of the hall, retinue, and the host alike. Then arrives Thane Herefrith of the Fenmark, laughter booming ahead of him. His cloak is trimmed in red wool, his belt broad with silver fittings, rings heavy on his fingers. He slaps shoulders, seizes a horn of mead as though by right, his swagger marking him as duelist and a braggart both. At his side comes Elfled, 19, copper-haired, cheeks flushed. She laughs loudly, every glance meant to be noticed, bold and eager, her eyes alight with mischief and ambition. The hall shifts with their presence. Oswin's calculation, here first bluster, and the restless energy of their daughters. Gifts have been given, now all eyes turn to the high seat, where the true exchange must begin. Oswin gestures for his daughter to step forward. My lord Cyneric, Thane of Basing, the king's hall is brighter for your loyalty. I bring before you my daughter Ecgberht, raised in the cloister's care, yet skilled with household keys. A match with her binds my house to yours. Together we might strengthen the border where raiders bite and mercy oppresses. Ecgberht, softly, with a careful glance, my lord, I've kept accounts for the reeves, spun cloth for the hall, and learned psalms by heart. If you seek a wife to guard your household's honor, I'm ready.
Met, and what, may I ask, have you heard of me?
Heard your prowess on the battlefield, how you've risen from modest beginnings to now hold this position of basing after Ethelwine so sullied his name. The pagan hammer. Songs are sung of you in the halls. Not like that Anarawd creep who burned down the place. You who saved it and helped Skaldmere.
And if I may ask, what do you personally think of me?
Personally, what do I think of you? Oswin,
Would
an
you-
elderman, seems a little bit more reserved in his thoughts. Do you wish me to speak plain, Thane?
Indeed, I do. Do you look forward to serving in my house? Do you fear me? These are the things I want to know.
Are you asking Ecgberht or are you asking Oswin? Who are you speaking
Yeah,
to?
did you say now Roswynn? No.
Ecgberht.
Ecgberht. Yeah, that's who I'm addressing. I'm sorry, there were a lot of names thrown out.
Yep, that's okay.
So I'm addressing Ecgberht. She's the first one who was brought before me, I assume. Yeah.
Yes, she's the first one brought before you.
Yes.
And the question was, what does she think of you? She goes, I do not know you, Lord. So I hope to one day get to know you. And in the light of God, we can make many children together and have many heirs and create a strong union between our houses.
This we shall see. I shall not make my choice hastily. The evening is young, and we will talk.
Of course. Gifu bow their heads and they step back. Next steps forth Herefrith. He steps forward with his daughter Ethelred at his side, grinning and proud. Cyneric, you have not me to find a sturdier bride than mine. Ethelfled rides, hunts, and can match most men's drinking. My blood is iron, my spear's many. Stand with me, and you'll have warriors to match our call. Ethelfled, bold and almost challenging. If you want a lady who hides behind her veil, look elsewhere. I'll ride at your side and guard your hall like any sworn man. She just beams up at you. She seems almost challenging to you.
Met, maiden. I welcome you into my hall. If I may ask the same, speak plainly to me. What have you heard of me, and what are your thoughts of me?
I heard of your courage in Skaldmere, how you crushed the pagans who attacked Ealdorman Cuthwin's estate and put the king's life at risk. We heard how you bravely led forward. We've heard the tales. We've heard the tales of your bravery, Anarawd's cowardly ambitions, and how he attempted to help those of Skaldmere and how you brought the hammer down upon them.
And do you look forward to serving in my hall?
Serving in your hall, I will be your halls. It'll be my hall as well.
Indeed it shall, seeing my choice when it is made. Again, I will not be hasty in this matter. You are well met, and we shall enjoy this evening.
As the feast goes on, because there is a feast, Mead flows and the talk drifts. The alderman lowers his voice, his eyes on the fire. Yet gifts of marriage matter little if the king's hand falters. The orchard grows thin. Some whispered he listens too much to that Briton sorcerer Mael. The land weakens. Hereford snorts dismissively. George's crown is a hollow ring. Ah, the exile Ecgberht waits across the sea with Frankish steel behind him. If he sets foot in Wessex, half Thanes will kneel gladly. And Gifu, nervous, kind of whispers, Father says the nobles, because they're standing next to you. Alfred on one side, and Gifu on the other side of you. They're sitting next to you. Father says the nobles speak of it in their halls like a change may come. Then Ethelfled, when it does, those who chose well in their alliances will stand first in favor. Know this to be true.
Winchester will stand under my watch, and those who stand with me. We shall serve the king until until such change may come, though we will stand in its way if it is some exile from across the Frankish sea.
Oswin turns, firm and deliberate. Take it, Gifu, and I swear my oaths to you. And when the new king sits, our voices together will rise in his witten. Hereford challenges, seems almost threatening. Or take Wulfhild, and you'll have spears enough to take Elfled, and you'll have spears enough to hold basing against any foe, Mercian or Frankish. Choose wisely, Cyneric. These days, a man's bed is his battleground as much as the shield wall. Both of them look at you expectantly.
The pressure! I know it, though not as well as many. Though I shall not be choosing one to share my bed for the men who shall be housed in my stables. My choice will not be made lightly, and I entertain that you should not expect it this night, though you are both well in consideration. It sounds so frickin' businesslike.
What it is.
Oh, no, I'm well aware of that. And the pressure. Cyneric, I'm certain, is well able to hand it. Keywork is not turning the cogs tonight. What's up?
Real quick.
Yeah.
I've actually been trying to keep lists of the names just so that I can keep track. Ethelfled is whose father?
Ethelfled is Hereford's daughter. Herefrith.
Oh, Hereford's daughter. Okay, I got that backwards.
And does that directly neighbor basing? Is that what he said?
No, none of these directly neighbor basing.
Okay, just on the shared the Winchester border.
Just West. They're all part of Wessex. The Thanes and Ealdormen under the king.
I will need a bride who matches my energy, no shrinking violet. One to tend to my house and tend it while I'm not there. Either of you would have your fair share of duties, and I would look for one who is able to make decisions on their own, not seek me for counsel on whether the tapestries need cleaning, or such things. You would be in charge of those who work the staff, and I will need one who is able to tend to people as well as they would tend to a child.
Both of them look at you. With they don't seem enthused. They're enthused to be there. They're putting on an enthusiastic show. But the more you speak to them, the more they're just okay. Tell us more about what our lives are going to be.
No, I know they expect all this. I don't know. I'm just waffling. I'm vamping for time.
No, you're good. You're very good. The hall quiets now that you've said your piece, and the feast dies down. You've had your very first set of suitors. One was missing. One did not show up. He and his daughter Ecgberht did not arrive. Next, that'll bring us to Retta. Are you ready?
No.
Excellent. Fantastic. The hall lies hushed in the late winter dark. The great hearth burning low, its coals throwing out a faint red glow that softens more shadows than it banishes. Servants have long since withdrawn, leaving only the smell of ash, wool, and the faint drip of melted snow from the eaves outside. Near the fire sits Ecgberht, shoulders narrow beneath a too large tunic, a wooden sword resting across his knees. The voice studies the flicker of flame as though seeking courage in it, the carved blade polished smooth by nervous hands. When your steps break the silence, Ecgberht startles, eyes rising to meet yours. For a heartbeat, he seems unsure whether to rise or to bow, caught between boyish instinct and the training of his father's household. His voice, when it comes, is soft, hesitant, almost swallowed by the empty hall. My lady, I thought you would rather not be troubled with me. Father's men say I'm not to sit near the high table.
Do not listen to your father. You can sit near the high table soon, maybe.
He blinks. What do you mean? He seems uneasy.
As he should be. I can't tell you. I can't tell you the things that are in motion right now, but and it just trails off as she's looking at him. See what his reaction is or anything.
He takes the moment, the pause of silence when you trail off to go, they call me by my name, but never Elderman's son. They laugh. Some turn their eyes. He looks at you expectantly. He turns. Do you mean to change that? And he studies you carefully, as if he's searching for the truth.
Perhaps. I am not sure yet. But it seems that it might be best that if you were known as the alderman's son.
He seems defensive for a moment, almost as if he doesn't want to be burned. You've never been kind to me before. Why now?
Some things have changed recently. I'm seeing things in a much new light now. Maybe my heart is softening towards the bastard in my family.
As you say bastard, he grips the wooden sword a little bit tighter. He goes, me, an elderman. They would never bow. I'm too young. I'm too small. I'm not even his trueborn. But if you believe I can. And he looks up, then I'll try.
Do you think you can do it?
I will try.
You will try.
I can do it. If both claim this. Ooh, and stops any, but if you believe it, I will.
I'm not gonna put all of my energy into, and I will try.
I will.
You best. I'm putting my neck out on the line for this, possibly. Don't mess up.
His eyes search yours for approval. He seems eager yet unsure. Because I will do everything in my power to make this happen. Anything you desire. Anything you want.
I will have to keep that in mind for the future.
Then I will learn. I will sit where you tell me, speak when you nod, fight when I'm called. If I must be my father's son of truth, then let them see me as such. I will not shame you.
Then you must be the man of the house, since your father has been gone, off to Mercia. Why don't you start there? See if you can get the people in the house to listen to you. You go first by using, I am my father's son. See what happens.
Yes, my lady. Yes. Indeed. He looks at the fire with the wooden sword across his knees. I will learn. I will get them to do my thing. I will get them to do my bidding. Alderman Ecgberht. May the hall remember it.
Poor kid's gonna get his ass kicked.
Oh, yeah. She's just saying if he's got the balls to stand up and actually be a leader.
Davey, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right. You've been invited. You have asked to speak with Mael, and you have been invited to back to the grand hall. And the chamber breathes with firelight and shadow. The torches burning low so that the walls stretch long and restless in their flicker. The air is heavy with the scent of smoldering herbs, sage, juniper, and something acrid underneath it that clings to the throat and stings the eyes. Smoke drifts lazily upward, veiling the rafters, with the cackle of the hearth and the only sound. At its center sits Mael, not garbed in the finery of a royal counselor, but in the tokens of a different authority, charms of bones strung on leather, painted scraps of cloth knotted to his belt, and a rough-hewn cross, worn flat from the long touch. His presence fills the space not by wealth, but by quiet gravity, as if the shadows themselves bend to listen when he speaks. His gaze lifts as you enter, his expression unreadable in the wavering light. His voice is calm with the wry curiosity that cuts through the haze of herbs and silence alike. And his words cut through you, his first words. Ah, the bard of Ridderic's court comes to the Saxon King's Hall. I'd wondered when our paths would cross. Some men sing for lords, others sing for the unseen. Which are you, Anarawd?
I sing for our people. I am glad that we're having this chance to speak. Must say I'm intrigued at how you have gained such power and prominence in the Saxon court, being a Briton such as I. And I think that you have much knowledge of our people and what would the word be, I suppose? A sorcerer? Wizard? Secrets that have been lost. These are the things that interest me.
They say
I
Uther
would
had a
use
wizard.
them. They do.
Every king
Say
should have a
lots.
wizard.
I agree.
Your
But if they can't have a
voice,
wizard,
your voice carries fire. Yet your eyes, they burn with chains unseen. I know that, Mark. You can feel it when you breathe. And there's something about you, Anarawd. Something about that harp you carry. Play for me.
He thought long and hard about whether to bring the harp.
Oh, did you not bring the harp? Okay, sorry, my bad.
No, I brought it, but I thought long and hard about leaving it because obviously this guy will know. He knows that there's something more that meets the eye to it, and he's afraid that he will try and take it from him. But at the same time, he's too curious to, because he knows that this person may know more about the harp and where it came from. So he obeys. He sits down on a stool or a chair, or whatever's nearby, and begins to play.
You begin to play, and you don't have to put on a performance if you don't want to. He just watches you, and he watches the harp. And after you play, well, for only for a few moments, he stops you. He goes, "That's enough. That's enough." Because it's interesting. Your harp glows when you play it, and you do not see it.
No, I can see sometimes, but I have to try.
Interesting. That is, yes, yes. Have a seat. Have a seat. I'm sure you have many questions for me.
Do you know what this is?
The harp.
But inside the harp.
Ancient magics. Far ancient, more ancient than I.
It's alive.
It's alive, you
Speaks.
say. It speaks to you.
Sings to me. Plays its own song. Plays my song back to me.
Yes. As he turns away from you, he's digging into something. He seems to only be half paying attention to you as you tell him, as you pour out the stunning information about your harp. He's half paying attention. He goes, "Yes, your harp, it's alive. That's when it plays. It plays music. That's wonderful. That's wonderful." And he turns around and he's holding a cup. And basically, it's a cup under cloth. And he pulls the cloth up and you see a chalice. He goes, "The king drinks of this draught, and he grows strong. He calls it proof of heaven's favor. I tell him it is older than Christ, older than Rome. Will you taste, Anarawd? Will you see what lies beneath the veil?"
This is what keeps Bjortrick alive. Keeps him young.
I drink of it too. He takes it up and he takes a big swig from the cup, and like color kind of comes to his face momentarily.
Can I take a look in the cup and just see if I can figure out what it is?
Absolutely. It is a dark, thick liquid that smells of. Give me a wits plus awareness check.
Should I try wits and awareness or sense the unseen?
You can try. You can try both if you want.
All right, we'll try wits and awareness,
Okay.
which won't be great. No, that's 3 successes.
There's 3 successes. You smell honey and mead and spices that you can't quite determine. Maybe if they're foreign, perhaps. One of them smells hot. It smells hot.
All right, that's very interesting. I want to know if this is supernatural in any way, so I will also be using sense the unseen.
All right, sense the unseen. You pick it up, or you just look at it.
I pick it up and look at it. I'm gonna re-roll that. Yeah, let's re-roll 3 of these. That's pretty bad.
That's better.
Okay,
It is supernatural. There is something supernatural about it. And as if you pick it up, do you reach to pick it up?
yeah, I said I picked it up. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at it.
Your eyes cloud over and you have your first premonition.
Okay.
Your eyes cloud over and roots twisting downward into black earth. Their knots binding shut the mouth of a stone. From the dark below comes a faint pluck of a lyre string, taut, then fraying, then snapping into silence. A figure stirs there, half swallowed by shadows. Thin red threads stream from his veins, gathered on a spindle that turns and turns, winding his life away. Another shape bends close, hands like smoke, teeth glinting in the dark, drinking from the stream as though it were a chalice. Just before the vision fades, a voice cuts through the silence, soft and mocking. There's a well beneath these stones. From it I draw strength for myself, for my king. A chained gift, a whisper in the dark. Few would dare approach it, yet it is mine to command, and as the voice of Mael cuts through your vision as it cuts out.
But as a gift, it's a gift, but it is also, as you say, a form of prison. For once you've partaken of such a thing, how could you ever go without?
I don't need it. Neither does the king. We drink it for the power. The power of foresight. To see the future. Think of it and see the future. Don't live in the past. Forget the
What would
now.
you... This gift obviously cannot be free.
You've
What
already
do you
played.
desire?
You've already played a song for me, Anarawd, of Roderick's Court.
I'll give you something a little extra. You must know the rumors that an elderman from across the sea returns. The people say that you have poisoned Bjortrik's mind. You must know this, of course.
I know all of course.
I'd caution you to be careful, countrymen. For whatever magic you possess, there are multitudes that would see beings like us dead.
When the spears come, I will be protected. So will you, I understand. He squints at you very closely, scrutinizing you. We are alike, you and I. The lords think us their ornament, singer, prophet, but we're more. We hear what they cannot. We see what they will not. One day, Anarawd, you will choose whether to bow to their altars or drink from deeper waters. He offers you the chalice one more. He motions to the chalice because you're still holding it one more time. Drink if you wish.
I will drink it.
All right, you drink it.
Yeah, why not?
You notice the first things first. It tastes like mead, but underneath it there is the unmistakable taste, coppery, iron taste of blood. But not just blood. It's thicker. It's more potent. You haven't tasted anything like this since you drank from your sire. It's vitae. Vitae mixed with honey mead and other spices to mask its color. Suddenly you get a pang. You begin wondering to yourself, where's Leif? Suddenly, in the back of your mind, you just begin wondering, where's Leif?
Is this? Oh my god. I put it down, and I probably look like extremely disturbed, and I turn to Mael.
He's just got this big grin on his face. Half crazed. He looks half insane.
The Dane. Where is he?
Dane, there's so many Danes.
Which Dane I'm talking about?
Oh, I truly don't know what Dane you're talking about.
I just shake the empty cup at him.
And he begins laughing. And he pulls out a little bag from underneath a fold of his robes. And shakes it and it rattles. Kind of shakes in your general direction.
I grab it from him.
You grab the bag. All right, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
grab the bag, and in your hand, you feel bones in the bag. You feel them pressing against your skin.
Would they by any chance be Leif's his bones for casting?
No. If you
Oh
open
my
them,
god.
they're the separated finger bones. They are just many separated finger bones in the bag.
What is this?
Bones. I was going to cast the bones for you.
What was in that draft?
I told you. There's a power source under this castle, under this hall, where we draw our power from. Would you like to see it?
Yes.
Come with me,
Would.
come with me.
Then you can cast the bones.
Yes, the bones. We'll cast the bones. Come with me, I will show you. He gets up.
You were walking right into this creepy kidnapper's basement. I'm just pointing that out here.
I know, but I'm very curious. I stated that up
Free
front.
candy.
That's my main character trait.
There's definitely candy in the basement.
And
He-
puppies.
He leads you through the hall.
So
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You were saying?
don't touch naked puzzle basement. Oh dear. I'm just gonna roll a little dice here for a second, if that's okay.
What do you want to roll for?
Just so I have prowess up, just in case.
All right, you got prowess up. Fantastic.
I'm good.
All right, prowess is active. So he leads you through the hall, down toward the dungeons. This way, come on. Come this way. This way. Past guards. Past another set of guards. Lower into the dungeon. He pulls some keys out of his robes. And he opens a door. And he goes, through here.
You first.
Oh yes, of course. He enters. And it's another hallway. You wish to see the Dane. You wish to see the source of our power.
Are we?
Huh?
How deep in the dungeons are we right now?
We're pretty deep.
Hmm.
You're not alone though. There are guards.
That doesn't make me feel better.
He brings you down
All
to
right,
the
okay.
he brings you down to the very end of the hallway. And there are two open doors. One thing you notice, the dungeons are eerily quiet. All the doors are open. There's no occupants.
Yeah, these are the murder dungeons that no one ever leaves.
They're the only dungeons. At the very end, there is a door that is locked. And he hands you the key.
I hand it back.
You hand the keys back?
Open.
Of course. He slides the key in, he turns it, and he steps back. And he puts his hand up. I implore you. See for yourself.
All right, I open the door. But I don't go in.
You don't go in. Inside, chained to the wall, manacled by the neck, the hands, and the wrists, Leif. There are cups all around him. It looks like he's been being drained for weeks.
Years at this point, probably.
18 months.
Fuck.
Give me a dexterity plus athletics check, because you don't know this is coming.
All right. Can I rouse for this?
No, you don't know this is coming.
So we all know that if Anarawd doesn't show up at the coterie meeting, we need to go look for him.
All right, so you feel...
He would definitely be there.
You feel a push as Mael violently tries to push you into the room with Leif, but you do not budge.
Right. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to grapple him.
You're going to grapple him, okay. All right, give me your strength plus brawl check.
Strength plus brawl plus my... Oh, I don't know. I had that for damage, so that's...
All right, so we are in round 2. Well, round 1 of surprise. Since you are going to try to grapple him, he is going to try to squeeze away and run toward the guards. This plan backfired. It did not go well.
Oh, fuck's sake. Rerolling 3.
Okay, so you're down 2 willpower. All right.
Oh, God. This is the worst.
He is attempting to run, so he's just making a dexterity plus athletics check.
Yeah, so I didn't grapple him, yeah?
No, you did not grapple him, but he does not manage to run away. He's yelling for the guards at this point, though. Help! 1 second, please. 1 moment.
If you diablerize him and the rest of the coterie isn't there, does it really happen?
Yeah, I'm going to try and bite him as soon as I can.
I was going to say, as soon as you grab him, you can bite him.
Yeah.
Are we convinced that he's a vampire?
Canite. Yeah, I'm not sure he's a canite.
No, he's definitely not, but I got to kill him.
Yeah. No,
Is he dosing the king with Leif's blood?
Yes.
Is that the
Yes.
deal?
Yes.
Yeah.
which let's just cut that supply chain. And I say, Bert, okay, come on in. Let's put out the flags.
If you throw him
guide
into
him
Leif's
in.
reach,
Sorry
Leif
about that.
will eat the shit out of him.
What were you doing, Davey?
I'm gonna try and I'm gonna continue to grapple and then try and bite this evil sorcerer.
All right, so this is
I'm gonna rouse for this.
all right. So this is round 3. After this, we're gonna narrate it out. But you're grappling, and attempting to bite the sorcerer. All right, he is still attempting to run to the guards.
Okay, so I get hungrier,
Okay.
which is a shame, and I will roll.
I saw this coming.
I know, I'm stupid. I shouldn't have done that. All right. However,
That
I
is a
did
great
get
roll. Yep, that
5
is a great roll.
successes there. Okay, that's good.
All right, you grab him and you bite into him, and he starts screaming. All right, so as you begin biting into him, 2 guards start rushing down toward the hallway at you with spears drawn. But you notice there's no metal tips on the spears. They're just sharpened pole arms.
Great. Can I dread gaze one of the guards? I don't think I can do both, but I can definitely do one of them.
You can dread gaze one of them, yes.
Okay, let's roast for that. Let's get hungry, guys. Let's get hungry.
This is where it gets fun.
Yeah, this is where it gets stupid Anarawd going and having dumb adventures on his own that he shouldn't have had, but that's fine. So my roll, I believe, for Dread Gaze is my charisma plus presence. Okay, so charisma
Versus
plus
their resolve
presence.
composure, if I remember correctly.
So that's 8 dice.
Do you have lethal body?
I do have lethal body, but that's always active. But
Yeah.
right, I stated I will lethal body this other guy once this guy goes away. Assuming he goes away.
Oh my god, he's definitely
Yeah.
going. I'm not even going to roll. He drops his spear and he runs as you completely vamp out in front of him, baring your
Yeah.
fangs and your eyes. And he just drops his spear, turns, and runs. The other one keeps charging you though, and attempts to put it through your heart.
I will try and dodge around the pole arm and
Fortunately, your action was to dread gaze, so you may make a
Yeah.
dexterity plus athletics check -1.
okay.
Position
so that's
Mael
only
in the
3.
way.
Can I meat shield Mael? Yeah.
I'll give you a -1 to your roll.
Okay, so let's do. Can I rouse for this too?
Yes,
Seems
you
important.
can rouse. Seems important.
I'm gonna say, did
Also,
he
I
stick
just-
in?
His roll to see if he puts the quarterstaff through your chest. No, it's only 4, so regardless, he will not stake you.
Oh, great. Do I then just do Dex Athletics to reduce that? Is that how it works?
Dex athletics -2.
Oh, minus
Let's
2.
see.
Dex Athletics
Yep,
-2.
yep.
So that's.
Did he slake any hunger from his Capri Sun?
No, he just bit, doing aggravated damage to Mael. Really hurt him.
Didn't kill him though.
Didn't kill him. All right, so you will take 5 superficial.
Oh, only 5 superficial. I'll be fine.
It's rounded down because you're a vampire. It is rounded down to 3 because it goes up. So
Okay.
you take three superficial damage. All right, but the spear breaks, giving you an opportunity to run.
I can't. Can I kill this guy and take Leif though?
I don't think you want to take Leif. I think Leif is a very dangerous thing right now, and I think anybody you put in his reach would be dead essentially.
Yeah. All right. Okay. In that case, I'll take this moment to flee.
All right, so you run,
I'll,
and you
I,
hear
like, I boot the sorcerer in the head as I'm running. I'm like, "Fuck you, man!"
crazy old coot. All right, you run, and you run out of the hall, past guards, making quite the commotion. But no
Yeah.
one seems to really hear what's happening from the dungeons. So once you get past the dungeons, everything seems you come running out and you shock 2 guards who are like, "What's where you're going?"
Oh, sorry about that, guys. But I'll just leave through the hall the way I came and just hurry out into the night.
All right, and here we'll take our 10-minute, and we'll be right back, everybody. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. That was a blast so far. We've had a couple great scenes. We've had some tension. We had a quick little combat. We discovered what happened to Leif. We've had a lot going on. So we're gonna do our quick mid-session check-in. Make sure everyone's still going. And what I want to do is I want to ask a quick question of everybody while we're going around. Nerdadar, how you doing?
Doing good.
How's your willpower?
My willpower's at 5. I haven't spent any yet.
Excellent. Davey, how you doing?
Still alive.
Still alive. How's your willpower? Very bad. Excellent.
I have 2 left.
2 willpower left. Joshy, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. How's your willpower?
Oh, it's great. I feel like this is a pointed question.
It is definitely a pointed question. Cyneric, how you doing?
I am well entertained, but also doing well.
And how's your willpower?
It's at full 5.
You're full 5. All right. Actually, the only one who did anything that could have used willpower was poor Anarawd. Ellie.
I spent 1.
Oh, that's right. You did spend 1. Ellie, how you doing?
Oh, doing great.
All right. Just do a quick round table real quick. Want to see how everyone enjoyed their own individual scene. And then we'll move into the next one because I know there was some discussion of what we were going to do next. And maybe some changes. Before we get into it, I'll give you guys a couple more minutes to think about it. What did you think of your vignette, Roswynn?
Oh, it was interesting. A little different than what I had initially expected. And that paired with Cyneric's vignette, there were a lot of names thrown around at the front. There was one name in particular I may have heard in there that I'm not sure if I heard, but I maybe heard, and I'm wondering what's going on now. My mind's turning. What's going on?
Which name is that?
There was a certain name there towards the end of a certain copper-haired woman.
Oh, Ethelfled.
Ethelfled. Okay, different name. I thought I heard a different name. We're all good.
What did you think you heard? Ofield?
No, different name.
Oh, Ivy. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, there you go. It was Ivy. That was it.
Davey, what'd you think of your vignette?
I really enjoyed it. I'm conscious I should possibly have played that a little different, but I can't help. Anarawd can't help himself. He's just a troublemaker.
Love it.
Yeah. I really I'm not looking forward to doing social combat.
Josh, what'd you think of your little vignette?
Oh, it was great. I love being able to do the truly unhinged, creepy shit that Suni is accustomed to. He doesn't get to do it a lot because he's got to be respectful to these vampires and stuff. But commoners? Oh, I'll put my forehead on your forehead. Let's go.
I love it.
It was awesome.
Ecgberht, how about your vignette?
I find it hilarious because it is so just fish out of water for Cyneric to be dealing with this stuff. And I find it so entertaining that domestic issues are what's laid at his feet. He needs to have a scribe sitting next to him to keep track of the names because they're, and honestly, I am gruntled that the maidens who were proffered to me were older than Roswynn's young niece because 12 is just way too young. 17, 19, that's a little more appropriate.
More appropriate, exactly. That's why I didn't bring it to her.
There was the fashions of the time and all that stuff, but that stuff be damned. That's just freaking creepy.
Reapers. All right. Ellie, how'd you like Windretta's scene?
It was interesting. Interesting seeing how, I can't remember his name, so I'm just going to call him the bastard. Seeing how he reacts and speaks with her. It was really interesting.
Excellent. All right. Let's continue on on the evening. Doors swing wide, and the world outside fades into a shadowed silence. Inside, the amber veil glows with a golden, unnatural warmth. Hundreds of oil lamps and beeswax tapers are set with polished bronze mirrors, their flames multiplied and thrown across every surface so that the whole chamber seems to shimmer as if submerged in honey. The walls are draped in silks dyed deep crimson and black, heavy with incense and coils in the air like slow serpents. Resin and myrrh cling to every breath, mingled with the faint salt of spiced wine poured in bowls for display rather than for drinking. Without the press of human bodies, the perfumes and burning gum seem sharper, almost intoxicating. The floor glistens like with mosaics, tesserae of amber, jet, and pale limestone forming interlocked patterns of serpents, vines, and stars. Velvet cushions and low couches circle the center, arranged to draw the eye toward a dais at the far end. There, in the high-backed chair carved from black oak, rises like a throne, its arms capped with gilded serpents whose eyes glint with garnet. No laughter, no chatter, no mortal heartbeats disturb the air. Instead, the silence hums with the subtle undertones of its whispers, the shuffle of silk hems, the rustle of leather boots across stone, the low murmur of canine voices, as old and cold as the grave. Every sound seems magnified, echoing faintly. In every walls are listening. Windretta. The lamps catch in the polished mosaics for a moment. It feels as if the whole chamber bends toward you. Bowing in golden light, the throne at its far end gleams with expectation, and your beast whispers that here, finally, is a hall fit for a queen. The air is heavy with incense, but beneath it you sense the faint iron tang of blood on stone, a reminder that power is never clean. What are you wearing to your first court?
That really pretty purple dress that Roswynn made her with the gold embroidery in it. That's, yes, a statement almost.
Okay, purple, that's very rich this time. Cyneric, the order of the chamber speaks to you at once. The symmetrical couches, the jeweled throne, the deliberate geometry of floor and wall. It's a hall designed for hierarchy, for dominion, for judgment. Yet behind the velvet and amber lies something serpentine. You hear the faint hiss of unseen scales, as though the walls themselves test your resolve to stand beside your lady, or to siege such a place for yourself. How are you dressed tonight?
I'm wearing the finery that Roswynn had made for me for one of our prior engagements. I don't remember how they were described, but I'm dressed as if I am for court, and I am wearing my blade, as always. Yeah.
Roswynn, the chamber dazzles like a painting come to life. Silks cascading, smoke curling in sculpted arcs, amber light pooling on the floor. The very air caresses like a lover's breath. Yet beauty here is sharpened, cruel. Each jewel gleams as though it wishes to cut. For an instant, you see yourself reflected 100-fold times in the mirrors. Each Roswynn adorned and adored, but none of them truly yours. How is Roswynn dressed for the evening?
Although she recognizes the auspiciousness of the occasion, I don't think she really got the dress up memo. She is probably wearing one of her standard black dresses that she wears to pretty much every occasion. She is here to do business as far as she's concerned. So she's skipping the pageantry this evening, which is different for her.
Okay. Suni, the opulence is suffocating. The silks and mosaics seem too soft, too polished, as the thin skin hides a rotting carcass beneath. The smoke curls into grotesque faces before your eyes, leering, mocking, promising secrets. You feel the grain of black oak throne calling to you, the bones of the tree whispering of shapes that might be carved from flesh just as easily as wood. How do you present tonight?
I'm wearing the fine tunic that Roswynn had made me for the night that I was presented to Lord Cuthwin. Lord Cuthwin. Elderman Cuthwin? Whatever.
Elderman, yep.
Title Cuthwin. Cuthwin of the title. And also I am wearing my mask.
The Nightjar mask. Nice.
Because it's just polite to follow the rules, right?
All right. Anarawd, the silence here is wrong. No songs, no clash of mugs, no heartbeat of the hall. Only the hollow murmur of canine voices, the hiss of incense. Your beast snarls against it, longing for the honest roar of the mead hall. And yet, as you take it in, you feel the weight of all those watching eyes, the gravity of a place where words may wound more deeply than swords. Your temper, brought on by your lack of willpower, coils like a serpent, waiting for the strike. How are you presenting tonight?
I did not wear my fancy orange outfit from Roswynn on account of the fact that I kind of wanted to remain like a little inconspicuous earlier on this evening. And it's probably for the best because now I have a very large gaping wound in my torso. And I'm very obviously injured straight through. My clothes are torn basically, so I've trashed yet another outfit. And I look probably very angry and like a fuse could kind of go off at any moment. Like he kind of stalks in like an animal with this kind of look on his face, and he's daring anyone to mess with him, really.
Adolf is lounging on a velvet couch, dressed opulently, rings on his heavy on his hands, his hair done up very well. Cadweir is also just lingering off in the corner, but he notices Anarawd and just motions to him. And Badolf notices him as well and just squints his eyes. And he looks like he was about to stand up to say something, but he holds himself. He holds back. It looks to Anarawd. You look like you've had an interesting evening.
Indeed, I have. I look to my coterie members. I found Leif.
Found.
Mael has him.
Is that who delivered your wound?
No, that was a guard, but they've been drinking from him. He and the king.
Oh, that answers
This
how the
explains
king got.
much.
Yeah.
Is Mael canine?
No, tasted him myself. He still lives though.
A shame, the latter. Is that all that you have learned?
Mael's crazy, I know that much. But
Where is Leif kept?
in the dungeon, deepest level, room at the very end of the hall.
Yes?
Since Roswynn is the only one that actually lives at the king's estate, would she be able to guide them back down there if they were to go?
You've never been to the dungeons, but you could probably make your way through. If you probably could.
I know generally where they are. I just don't know anything about the layout inside for sure.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes?
Can I have been smart enough in the past to have grabbed the key while we were there? The one that was literally in my hand.
Let's do a preparedness test. Give me a dexterity plus larceny to see if you remember to steal the key. 3 successes.
Dexterity plus larceny. That's not bad for me. It's not bad for me. How many? Let me just. Yeah, okay. 1 second. I did not.
You did not. You did not. You did not grab the key.
Okay.
They have him there right now, and they have been using him for months, right under our nose. That sort of insult cannot stand.
And you would be able to lead us back there?
Think I could.
So let's
I can
go.
help some.
Let's go. Let's go get Leif, or at least take care of the problem.
I look to the kindred who are not in our circle. Surely this behooves all of us to venture forth and deal with this problem.
On the couch, casually takes his hand and he points to each one of you in turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he points to himself. 6. Points to Cadwir. 7. 7 of us should storm the king's estate in the den of and rescue your friend.
You don't have to go.
Is this Battlelf that was speaking?
That was Battlelf that's speaking, yes.
Okay. I am inclined to agree with Lord Battlelf. This is a family matter. This coterie is the closest thing we have to a family. And that makes Leif our brother. And we must go rescue him.
Oh, I was just implying that it isn't a family, because this is a kindred being used in this way. Would it not behoove us to end that situation? All of us?
The madman Mael and the king are both a sword above our heads, though there is much to consider, including the aforementioned storming of the keep. This is
If
a
you
situation we will have to handle carefully. Anarawd, you do not look prepared to go back there tonight. A fine eye and a steady hand will be required. Let us address the reason we are gathered here. That is my vote.
Mael's
Edwards.
injured. We might never get a better chance.
Cadwir speaks up. They may move him.
They
I
will.
agree.
They're smart. They've been doing this unnoticed by any of us for quite some time.
When he says
We
that,
must go now.
what does Cadweir look like?
Unnoticed by us? Is that what
Yeah.
Cadweir doesn't say anything. He really, other than that he might have been moved, he hasn't said anything. Give me a wits plus insight check, Anarawd.
It's not going to be good for me, but
Difficulty 3.
oh yeah. Get those hunger dice in there. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you are not rolling tonight. Okay, you don't notice anything unusual from Cadweir.
I'll
Having
just be
been-
suspicious anyway.
Is that something
Having-
that I'm able to roll on?
Yeah, anyone can roll wits plus insight if they want. 3 successes.
There's no way he didn't know.
I can just take half.
He knows everything.
I can just take half for difficulty.
Oh,
3.
you can take half. You notice that Cadweir is hiding something. He's not saying so. He's not saying something. There's something that's going unsaid.
Cyneric looks at Cadweir. What would be of a Cainite who had been bled and starved for better than a year? Would he be more beast than man?
Likely, at this point, it would be a mercy to put him out.
Then we should be the ones to end it, not somebody else, if it comes to that.
Perhaps Mael is feeding him.
Nah, the dungeons are empty. No one ever leaves there. Guess we know where they all went now.
Several of you can turn the minds of guards. One prisoner would be easy enough to keep track of with the way birds tweet. I maintain that we table this for tonight.
I can't.
I'm siding with Anarawd. If you say that Mael is hurt, this is our best chance tonight, we have to do it.
I fear that if we wait, Leif will be moved, and whether we're able to save him or not, his vitae is far too powerful in the hands of this madman.
All right.
What say you, Suni?
To be clear, we put down the madman.
Very much.
And the king, if need be.
That is a bold step.
We can leave the idiot for his mortal enemies. That would be better. If he gets in our way, I'm tiring of his antics.
The less people we can get away with killing tonight, the best, I believe. But I believe Mael must die.
At the very least, we need to remove his source of extended life.
We should hope that they have not had access to Leif's visions. If you are in agreement, then I have no choice but to help you. Now I only ask that those of our extended local politic, which of you shall help us?
Adolf looks shocked that anyone would bring him up into this. He goes, I have no idea what I could possibly bring to the table. Perhaps a distraction. But that would be the extent of what I could offer. I don't even know this Leif. But I could be convinced to help.
Perhaps some mead and warm bodies for weary guards.
But this on the other side of it would be quite an undertaking to bring that from the Vale to the king's estate.
I can hoist a keg.
Yes, understood. Who's going to pay for all this ale?
I have resources. You need not worry about your pay.
Very good then. Very well. I'm sure once we've once the account is settled, I will make sure that the ale is delivered to the fine guard of Winchester's royal estate. And he just holds out a hand.
At least it's just money.
Looks at Cadware. You can hide yourself. Will you be of assistance, or will you sit this one out?
I never participate in anything.
Your own neck to be saved, then. That is all. Perhaps we should find a meal for Anarawd so that he might resolve his wound.
Sounds like we're about to head into a battle with several guards, so perhaps that will take care of itself.
Maybe. Yeah, can I just mend that too superficial too?
You can make a rouse check, yes.
Oh my god, this is not working very well tonight for some reason. I stay the same.
You stay the same.
Finally.
All right, so you may amend 2 of those, yes.
Alright, I'm down to 1 superficial at this
One
point.
superficial wound. Battle rises once he's paid. He moves to the back, and he's brothers and children of the night. I had his speech prepared and everything. We will discuss these politics at another time. Enjoy your activities.
It is unfortunate that we must delay these politics.
There is
Important
no-
as they are, I believe that preventing word of what we are getting out is tantamount on this night.
There is no time limit for our politics, though as our council has decided, it is more timely to address the issue of Leif.
Excellent. Battle claps his hands, and servants come in and start taking down decorations and re-preparing the room and doing everything they need to do. Because they just seem to have come out of nowhere, like ants.
Feel bad for ruining his evening now.
Yeah, I feel a little bit bad, but this is more important than that.
Perhaps
Unfortunately.
perhaps somebody should make him somewhat whole for the money he's missed out on closing the Vale for the night.
Yeah. Someone with resources.
Oh, you mean like this certain someone?
What's the plan?
Going
Oh,
to the keep?
If only some of us could obfuscate.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, but I can't move when I do it.
Mine is Silence of Death. Is that the one that you can use while walking?
Yeah.
Yes, but you don't become invisible. You just turn off the sound.
Just don't make noise.
I know.
Yeah.
I just have to wear really dark clothes, and then there you go. No one will
Dress up like
see
a ninja.
anything.
I can be as invisible as long as I don't move.
Perhaps one of my trio can go start a distractionary fire somewhere. Knock
Right,
over
yeah.
a candle.
That's a good idea.
Let some livestock loose.
Both of those things at once.
Is there a possibility of me hunting before we get there? Would that take too much time? We probably need to go straight there, right? If we're going to save Leif.
I think there'd be a whole lot of time to hunt.
I think we go straight there, and then the first mortal that
Yeah,
we see,
first guard
you
we
just,
find, I'm gonna...
It's on our way. Yeah,
Yeah,
you just
Okay.
use as a Capri Sun.
more or
fair
less.
enough.
Pop a
Good to
top
know.
again.
The worst thing that could happen is I could frenzy in the middle of the hall, but
I don't think that's bad.
All right.
We're there to kill them.
yeah, that's true.
If
All right, let's do it.
Cyneric's men can create some distractions, I know my way through the estate pretty well. I'm good friends with many of the servants here. I can use a lot of the servants' corridors to hopefully get us to our destination.
And perhaps people with mind powers can help us prevent bloodshed where we can.
Absolutely.
All right, so after we come back from this break, this 3-minute little ad break we got going on, we will get going with this on this adventure. I'm going to use the latrine real quick. I gotta go to the bathroom bad. 1 second, please.
Yeah. This
Oh,
is
boy.
not the direction I expected this session to go, but here we are.
You
Which
need
is
both.
good.
I thought it was
No,
going to
it's
be
good.
the dating game.
I'm just glad because that means I have time to work on Windretta's speech a little bit more.
Hey, there you go.
I threw something together and it's like, I wasn't going to. I was just going to be like, imagine Windretta says a speech, but Ellie just doesn't have one. But it started writing one, wasn't too happy with it, but now I have an extra
Well,
week.
Maybe the Archbishop can make some moves and we can get that bastard son legitimized so that, like, we've got some secure footing as well by the time that comes around. We'll see. We'll see.
Once Anarawd is not quite so angry and testy from his lack of willpower, Windretta will be like, hey, I need a favor from you.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely open to talking about that.
All right, so what kind of distraction are you having your people make, Cyneric?
Yeah, I think maybe some loosed livestock and a fire, but I don't want the fire to be like a granary. Probably an outlying building somewhere. So, do I need to roll on something for that?
I want you to make a wits plus allies roll for me. What's your wits plus allies?
The allies, would that be the 3 dot that I...
Yep, the
The
3 dot
reliability?
allies. Yep,
Okay, that'd be a 5 roll.
5. So your difficulty's 3. Perfect.
Nailed it.
Your people go off and do exactly pretty much what you ask them to do. They tell you they'll get to it without a problem, my lord.
Make haste, don't be seen.
All right, what are the rest of you doing?
Can I have my allies cause a rabble in the market?
You may absolutely have a cause of rabble in the market. What do you want to do in the market? What do you want them to cause?
I think that someone got some bread from Paya and it had some sawdust in it, maybe.
Then you just
It
want to
didn't
start
actually have some sawdust in it, but they think it did.
All right, give me a wits plus allies roll, difficulty 3.
Nah, I'll reroll.
All right, you got a crit. Fantastic. You're going to pretty much cause a riot in the marketplace at night. A nighttime riot, which is going to cause the city guard to come flooding to the fires, the livestock, and the riot, making it very easy for the rest of you to make your way to the estate, the king's estate.
The problem is, the easy part is that we know where Leif is, at least for the moment. We don't know where Mael is.
He'll know where we are once we're there.
Yeah.
And even if we don't kill him, we have to get Leif out of there.
Since everyone's using their allies, I feel like I've got some allies amongst the king's servants. Once we're there, I'm going to take us in through some weird servants' entrance, like the kitchen or something. Find a couple of them and basically be like, hey, we need to make our way to the dungeons. I want you to go ahead and make sure that we don't bump into anybody on the way.
All right, wits plus allies, difficulty 3.
All right.
Meanwhile, Cyneric is going to take off his finery, his over whatever tunic, and just drape himself in a cloak.
And a willpower.
Windretta is now regretting wearing purple and gold.
Put a cloak on real quick. Put on a cloak.
Throws on a really dark black cloak.
Oh, did it go? It went twice.
You got a crit.
Okay.
All right, so they will play distraction for you and make sure and they will tell the guards to be elsewhere.
Suni takes his mask off and puts it back on his flesh chain as soon as they're outside of the veil.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't wear the regular chain anymore. He wears a flesh chain.
Yeah, I thought you said the word flesh chain, and I just thought I'd misheard you. Can you explain what flesh chain is for me?
No,
Yes,
please
yes,
don't.
yes.
So he's just taken from his collarbone just an extended loop of extra flesh that he just loops in around his neck, and then it's got some chains and rings and coins and a mask. No big deal.
Creepy.
A rather
That's-
long, stringy, elaborate skin tag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly that.
I love it. All right.
Masquerade? What masquerade?
It's
Doesn't exist yet.
under the tunic.
Yeah, keep it there. I don't want to see that.
You didn't. The audience did.
Anarawd just senses there's something weird, something creepy there. He's
Just side eye.
As you make
I don't know what you're up to, but
as you make your way to the city of Winchester in the middle of the winter, heading toward the king's palace at night, the full moon rises and it crests out from behind some clouds. The night is chill, crisp, almost quiet, except for the sound of livestock and a fire burning in the distance that's spreading to the old Roman walls. It's the fire of Winchester. The whole city's on fire now. No, I kid. You make your way toward the estate. You run into no guards. Your distractions have done their job. Your allies have done wonderfully. And as you approach the castle through the kitchens, Roswynn speaks with the workers, and they agree to do what they've been told to do. Roswynn, you lead them through the estate?
Yeah.
One thing you notice is a lack of guards throughout the entire building. There's no guards posted up everywhere. It's late at night, which is not unusual for maybe there not to be a lot of guards this late at night. But the fact that there's no guards, that's a question. So, we're going to start with some rolls. Cyneric, you're a Thane, and you're just walking through the estate at night. I want you to give me a Wits plus Awareness roll, please.
Cloak over my face. I happen to be heads and taller than everybody else, but sure.
are you going for the full dark Kermit look?
Exactly. Yep, Sith Kermit.
Perfect.
You did 3,
Right.
you got 2. Would you like to spend a willpower?
You know what? I'm going to, considering we're not going to be doing social combat.
Going to be doing actual combat instead.
Right, you got your 3. Once again, you notice that there are no guards, 0 guards anywhere. The place is empty, actually. Roswynn leads you through with very little trouble, leads you through the estate. And eventually toward a door that leads down. Downstairs you've already been down, Anarawd. But one thing you notice is there's no torches lit now. The stairwell is dark. Who's going down the stairwell first?
Who can see in the dark? Because not me.
I think
We'll
I'm the
stand
only
when
one who
you
can
need
see
him.
in the dark.
I'm assuming we just need to take a lit torch and we can light torches as we go.
Is there
Yes.
any way to light a torch?
I'd imagine there's a lit torch somewhere here on the main level, right?
Who's going to light the
Gonna pass
torch?
a rot track.
Who's going to light the torch?
What's the roll?
Resolve plus composure?
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
It's a 5 dice pool for me. It's not terrible.
Difficulty's only 2.
Mine's 6.
Sounds like
I got
Windretta can
6
handle this. Yeah, or Suni, either one of them. Go for it, guys.
with the pool only being 2, with only needing 2
So you
successes.
just
I'll
take
just have
half.
it.
Just take half.
Mhm.
Excellent. So you light a torch, and you begin lighting torches along the way down. At this pace, it's slow, but eventually you get down the stairs. They're wet, moist, sweating stairs.
Oh, I haven't been here. Okay.
I suppose I need to rouse again for prowess.
Yes.
Let's see if that's a good idea. Why not? I'm still good though.
That's fine.
Woohoo!
All right. As you descend down the stairs, you enter into the hallway, the first hallway. At the end of the hallway, guards. They don't notice you. They're not looking in your direction. They're looking down another hallway. There's 4 of them. Each of them are carrying spears, wooden spears with wooden tips.
Is this a branching hallway?
There is a branching hallway, but they're at the end of it. They're at the T. They're at both branches. You're going to have to pass them.
And they don't notice us.
They have not noticed you yet.
I look to the actual warrior here for guidance.
Perhaps I can address them. Tell them that they are needed to combat the fire. If you can stay hidden.
All right, but I'll be. Should it come to blows, I will be right there.
How many people can someone successfully dominate at one time? Can you do all 4, or is it just one?
It's just one.
Okay.
It is just one.
It's 1 per action, which ends up being 1 per round, which is dicey.
However, you can daunt multiple people. So if you wanted to be like, get the hell out of here.
Yes,
What are
I
you doing?
will
Fighting the
activate
fire?
Daunt, actually. I believe that's free, right? Yeah, so I'll activate my Daunt. If all else fails, if you can get their attention, can you command them to fight amongst themselves?
That was my plan.
We shall save that card for if we need it. Hide on the other side of the hallway in the shadows, and
There's
I will
open
adjust.
dungeons. There's open dungeon rooms all along the hallway. You can easily hide in a dungeon room.
Windretta, give me the torch. You shall hide in a dungeon. I know it will be uncomfortable, but the door won't be closed.
Actually, I was thinking of doing Silence of Death and falling behind him silently and then getting into one of the cells that's closest to them without being seen.
I need everyone to give me a dexterity plus stealth roll right now, though. You guys have been having quite a conversation at the end
I
of
was
the
going to
hallway.
say, they're looking a direction. Are we hearing anything?
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna take a willpower there.
I forgot about this for you.
I
Dex-
roused.
Do you say
Does
Dex
anyone
plus
else
stealth?
fail?
Dex plus stealth, yep.
I got 3 successes.
I'm gonna use my
I also got 3.
second last willpower for this.
I only got 2.
I got 1, but then again, I want them to know I'm here.
Okay,
I live here, so I could walk up with you and it wouldn't be super sus. So I feel like I'm just gonna go with that. I'm just gonna
There you go.
stick with
You can come with me because I was told by the guard master to find them here, and you led the way.
Did anybody get 4 successes?
No.
No.
So as you are having this discussion, one of the guards turns and goes, "Oi! What are you doing down there?
Looking for you.
You're not looking for me. Do you even know who I am?"
As soon as he's got eyes in my direction, I will mesmerize him. We were coming for you, and you were gonna fight your friends.
You can try.
You kind of tipped that card early there.
I As soon as he looks at me.
It's too
Wild
much fun not to.
card.
Wild card.
I was going to
exactly.
use my daunt and tell them that there's a fire they need to go, and yeah, but okay.
Suni really is Charlie from It's Always.
Oh shit!
That's a double crit.
Not even going to bother rolling.
You fight to the death.
Not even going to bother
Right?
rolling. He turns to one of his guards and just runs him through with the spear. But only one. He stops horrified at what he did. And the other one looks at him like, what? And he pulls it out. It didn't run him all the way through because he's wearing armor. But he did get jabbed with it. And he pulls it out and he goes, I don't know what that was. And everyone goes, what are you doing down there? As other people turn to you. So the whole
Actually,
thing's getting chaotic.
It was his idea. He knows what it was.
Yeah, he knows what he was. But he's at the same time, he doesn't know why he thought it. He goes, I don't know why that was a good idea. That was a good idea. It felt like a good idea. I don't understand why it was a good idea. Someone else points to the rest of you and goes, what is going on? You hear a voice boom.
There is bedlam afoot.
It's time, everybody. Do I keep doing it?
No.
I think it's a little late to tell them that we're here to get them to fight a fire.
No, but
We need to go in and kick some ass. This is all going to shit, guys.
get this man to the apothecary, maybe? I don't know.
I was intending
This
that
man's
to be the
wounded. Take
moment
him
when we jumped them.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Let's-
I
Sure.
Suni, give yourself a stain. These guys are pretty innocent. They're just doing their jobs.
Okay.
Well,
Here
I
we
guess
have,
to
you know,
murder them now.
hothead. Cyneric isn't even a hothead. Everybody Cyneric has killed has been under cool calculation. He wanted to take this strategically, and Suni's, you're gonna kill him.
Oh, jeez.
I love it. I think it's great. All right, so what's everyone doing?
What is that
Probably
man
ducking out of the
doing?
way somewhere.
Are you hiding in one of the dungeons?
Yeah, I want to stick close to the group, but yeah, I'll hide in one that's close by, and I'm hoping that maybe if I can jump on one of these guys, I might be able to bite him or something to help. I don't know.
Retta, what are you doing?
How close are these guys to where I am?
They're at the end of the hallway. No one's really approached them yet.
Since she has no strength or brawl or any of that stuff, she's going to hang back for right now until either the guards come up to them or one of the guys does something.
All right. So two of the guards grab the one who stabbed the other guard, and they hold him. And what do you do, Cyneric? And Davey?
I still wanted to just approach them and be like, why are there no
still do
guards in the estate? There's a fire.
Too late now.
To our hands.
What is going on here? This man is stabbed. Take him to the healer or whoever. I don't know.
What is this madness? Why are you down here in this dungeon where there are no guards in the estate?
We're under captain's orders to be here. Who the fuck are you? They don't even seem to care that you were a thing. They're just like, who are you?
I'm the man telling you that you're needed elsewhere.
You're not the
What
man
cap-
who can give that order.
Indeed, then, what are you doing here?
We're doing the captain's orders. Now we're going to they throw the other guy in a dungeon and close it up on him. And they start dragging the man who was stabbed away.
Not guarding this floor very well, then, are they?
I feel like Suni is just doing.
What was that? You muted.
You muted.
Sorry, I was asking how many of them are leaving then. They're dragging the injured guy away.
Yep, there's one left.
In the
I like these odds a lot better.
I feel like Suni's just doing the Scooby-Doo tiptoe.
they left one guy in the dungeon.
They left one guy in the dungeon, yep.
Can I sucker punch him?
If you want. Yeah, he's the guy who got stabbed. He's not the security. He's not the guy pulling security. There's one guy left pulling security. You can sucker punch him if you want.
Kind of want to wait until the rest are gone. Shoot. Would I possibly be able to grab 2 of them and throw them into a dungeon?
You can grab one on your turn and throw him next turn.
I still want to try for the less directly confrontational because none of these people are fighters. It'd be Cyneric v3.
I could do the same. If you try and throw one, I could try through the other, and then there would only be one.
And I could just tell him to go into his own cell.
It's true.
Or I could tell him to grab the other guy. We come seeking Mael. We were sent to find him. Is he here?
Mael is not here. Mael is with the king.
And where is that?
The king's chambers.
Don't be smart. Who are you guarding here? These dungeons are empty.
These dungeons are empty, but not all the dungeons are empty. And you're asking too many questions. Do you want to join these dungeons?
Your tongue speaks that you would like to join them.
We have orders to not let anyone down here past us. So you're going to have to turn around and go.
Would anybody else to try to mind trick this dude?
How many people are left? Is it just this guy and then the guy that was stabbed?
Yes.
All right.
That you can see.
Let me think.
Can I mesmerize the guy to take the one that was stabbed into a cell?
Yes, you can attempt to. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to attempt to get him to do that.
All right, make your mesmerize roll.
Which one is that again? It's. Of course, I didn't put it down.
It's manipulation dominate.
Manipulation dominate versus intelligence and resolve.
All right.
I roll my 4 dice. You got 3 successes. Nice.
4 successes.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I got 2. All right, so his jaw slackens, and he says yes. And he grabs the stabbed one, and he brings him into the dungeon with him, and he closes the door.
So there's
no one left.
There's a stabbed one and a normal one in a dungeon.
Yes.
There's the stabber is in a different cell.
In a different cell, yes.
And there's one guy left outside?
No, there's no one left outside.
Oh, there's no.
Are these?
Where would the 4th guy go?
They dragged off the guy who did the stabbing. They left after they put him away. They went further down the hallway.
Oh, okay.
Are these things locked?
No.
Is there any way to lock it?
If you had the key, yes.
Does anyone seem to have the key?
None of these guys have the key.
Did they take their pole arms into the cells?
Yes.
That's not going to serve them well. So we should just keep going.
Yeah, I guess so.
Is there any way is there any way to block these doors so that they cannot get out themselves?
Not that I can think of, really.
Would I be able to bend the bar so it doesn't come out?
How much potence do you have?
So my pool for that would be strength athletics for that, so it would only be 5 dice.
I will give it if you can get 4 successes on 5 dice. I will let you bend the door, the wrought iron that the door is made of, that this portion's made of.
Okay.
Can I go ahead and take half and do that to another one?
Do you have potence?
Oh, no, I don't have potence, but I have strength 4.
No, you need some potence behind it to do it.
No.
No.
Just... Okay, obviously that's not going to work.
Do these doors have, like, windows?
No, there are no windows. These are in the interior of the hall.
No, I know, but is there like a slot or like a viewing?
No,
Okay.
no, there's no viewports. No.
Can I open the door and look at the guy inside and be like,
Stay.
"Don't leave until sunrise. Don't leave until sunrise. Don't leave until sunrise."
You can give it a try. Go for it. You're using submerge command, submerge directive. I take it.
I don't even feel like I feel like that's just mesmerized, but sure.
Oh yeah, it's just mesmerize. Go for it. Mesmerize, manipulation plus dominance. Dominate
Do you have
versus intelligence
compel?
plus resolve.
Five successes.
You are on point. Just make one. I'm not going to make you do multiples.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Anarawd could take a moment and tap into one of these guys.
I could, couldn't I?
There was one in the cell by himself, so
Yeah, I'll take the one who's by himself.
Okay. So he's in there, and you walk in on him. He's been stabbed, but he's got his pole arm.
Hmm.
And what do you do?
Oh my god. I actually, you know something? I won't do this because I can't feed this way.
Oh, that's right, you're Scott.
Yeah,
food.
I can't. They gotta be asleep, and I don't have time to send them to sleep. So never mind. It's fine. I don't need.
I was
blood.
thinking of eating
I was gonna
flock.
say, can we compel one word sleep?
We can
No, you
mesmerize
can't make
to
him sleep. You can't make him sleep. You can't make him sleep. Yeah, forget about it. It doesn't appetize him, so he's just like, no, let's just go.
He
As you
doesn't
make-
like his victims conscious.
As you make
Yeah,
your
that's-
way
I have a feeding
through
restriction.
Yep, he does. As you make your way through the moist, damp dungeons,
Moist.
Oh, so moist. Tender.
moist, tender, exactly. Dungeon underneath the estate of Winchester, you find where all the rest of the guards are. There's 6 of them posted up at the end of the hallway where Leif was kept.
Hmm.
This was definitely more trouble than it was worth.
they would not guard it so heavily if he were not here.
This
But-
is true.
I will tell you, shouting down and using dominate will not work this time.
No, I wasn't going to.
What would you
Where-
like to...
I'm gonna start this by saying we are somewhere where they cannot see us. Is that correct?
Give me a dexterity plus stealth check.
Okay. We're gonna stand here and talk for a long time until they're like, "Why are you guys standing there? My stealth is terrible." Here we go.
Okay.
I'm so stealthy.
Everyone is stealthy today. Good look at you guys. Just standing out in the open.
Willpower.
You got only 1 dice. You still want to spend 1 willpower for 1 dice? Oh, no. You get 3. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm tired here.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
But still.
yeah. I
okay.
suppose I could. It's 1 dice. Fuck it. Fuck it. I don't want to die. I'm gonna die. It's all good.
Anyone else rolling it?
Only a dice pool of 2 for me, so it's not even worth it unless I
Sorry,
What's
sorry,
the
what were we
roll
rolling?
for?
I got
Dex
distracted.
plus stealth. Sorry, guys.
What was the difficulty?
Difficulty, you got to beat 2.
Oh yeah, I can take half.
No, it's a contested roll. You got to roll it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's Dex and Stealth.
Yep.
Let's see what happens.
Wait, what did you say the difficulty was?
You only need 2 because they only got 2.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, I got a 2 as
Oh,
well.
then why did I spend a willpower to reroll?
Because you didn't know yet.
I had to.
Because you didn't know yet. All right, so they look over, and they don't notice you because you're not
You're
carrying
all
torches
hiding.
this time. You're all just ducked into the shadows, and you see them just standing there pulling guard in front of this door, this closed door. There's 6 of them. They each have a spear. I don't know what you want to do with that.
Suni, can you imitate the captain of the guard's voice? Or do you know what he looks like?
I don't think I know what he looks like.
You could imitate the king, though, or Mael. Or Odin.
I call Mael. Go.
Yeah, I was gonna
Mael.
say, make yourself look like Mael. It's probably the only way we're gonna be led through, and do it fast.
Do we think? Okay. Do we think Mael or the king?
Mael.
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 Yep.
All right.
Don't
All
gild
right.
the lily. Don't go too far.
Okay. Vicissitude resolve. I believe is the rule, right?
Make sure that you're like
Yes.
hidden behind Cyneric while you change your face. P.S.
Resolve both. I believe it's resolve and protein. Let me double check though. I don't have the book handy. Let me grab it.
I was gonna say we should be behind some corner before we
Yeah, it's
try
resolve
to follow.
protein.
Got to make
Yep.
sure he succeeds before we follow through on this plan.
Can I rouse for resolve first?
Sure.
Cool. And then because this is a discipline, I get a bonus dice for
Yes.
Yeah.
blood potency, right? So my resolve is now 5. My resolve is 5. My protein is 2. I have an 8 pool.
Nice. 5 successes. All right. So you can, short of changing your hair color, I'm not really sure how you do that, and change your hair, you can make your face look like Mael's.
I will. My face is Mael's. And
Cloak for your head.
yeah, do we have a cloak that I could borrow?
Take
Yeah, I
mine.
think we're all wearing cloaks.
I'm not.
Didn't you come in your sneaking cloak?
Didn't have time. Had to create a rabble in the market.
We will hide. Send them away.
Okay. Yeah, I approach the guards.
As you approach the guards, you hear halt.
Remember, be a catty bitch. You own them. You own them.
Shouldn't be too hard for you.
I am in charge here. Why have you told me to halt? I have come down here to tell you lot to get lost. This is far too many of you to be on this guard duty. We need you at the fire upstairs.
4 cows left
Now!
the field. 3 remained. He challenges you. He gives you a challenge question. 4 cows left the farm. 3 remain.
You would ask me a password? I made the password. I made you.
As you say that, 6 spears level towards you.
Shit.
I'm close enough that I can at least. Yeah, the one that I'm
Yeah.
talking.
Nominate the leader.
The one that I'm talking to. You will defend me with your life. Submerge directive.
Roll it. Roll that beautiful bean footage. All right, so you're using rationalize as well, correct?
Yeah, that's passive.
That's passive. Just give me 1 second. I want to read something really fast. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I just want to read something. Okay. All right. So he looks at you, he blinks, and he says, I'll protect you with my life. But no one
Tell them
attacks
to
you.
stand down. Tell them to stand down.
Can't do that, sir. You told us not to stand down at all.
I'm telling you, chat.
You
I'm
told us
telling
not-
you to stand down now.
You told us not to stand down, even if you told us to stand down.
This guy's really working all the angles here.
And I'll leave you here until you starve to death.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk past them now.
You're gonna walk past them. One of them, the other one, puts the spear up and in front of you. To block you. He goes, sir, you told us not to let anyone pass here, even yourself. You said you had a vision that you would come here and try to trick us to let you in.
How excuse me? How close are the rest of us to where Suni and the guard are?
6 guards. You guys are probably about 20 feet away around the corner. What are you planning? What are you thinking?
I'm
This guy is going to protect you with his life. He is squared off against these other guys.
I'm just gonna keep going. Like I'm just gonna.
But instead of fighting you, they don't really want to attack you or be attacked.
They don't want to attack me or be attacked. I want to go by them peacefully and forcefully.
So as you go by them and forcefully, they let you through the door. Inside the door, Leif, chained to the wall.
Is it just Leif in here?
Just Leif in here.
Suppose these chains have manacles and the manacles have keyholes.
Yes, they do.
Gonna need Cyneric in there to break those.
Anybody have lock picking?
I don't have lockpicking, but I have good dexterity and a little larceny, so I might be able to try. But I think I'm gonna try and follow him in.
You're gonna come around the corner. You're gonna come around the corner.
God, no!
No.
Hold on.
Oh God, no!
Okay, I'm gonna hold. I don't know. This is harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
I want a faceless voice from around the corner yell for the guards to come quick.
I could do that because I have Melpomene, but I can only do it with presence powers.
And you don't have dread gaze. You have.
Oh, I have
right?
dread. I have dread gaze and awe.
Maybe trick them. Maybe tell them that the king has been slain, that they're needed.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, I'll do that then. I will yell using awe. Quick to the great hall! The king has been slain. You are needed. All hands on deck. Everyone is required.
Give me a manipulation plus persuasion check.
Plus my awe. Yeah.
Plus your awe, yep.
This is a better idea.
Difficulty 4.
All right, that is 6 dice.
See, I'm glad you did it because I would only have 4 as a dice pool.
I will rouse. Okay. Don't know why I did that twice. Never mind. And it is now. Oh boy, this is a lot of red dice.
Remember to include an extra dice because of your blood potency.
Yes, that's true. And also the other 2 dice that I get from having roused. Oh my god, seriously. Let's roll 3 and just go to 0 willpower.
Then you're at a time out. If you spend that willpower, you'll be at a -2.
I already rolled it.
I feel the need to remind everyone real quick, out of character. The second we release Leif, he is going to frenzy. So we're going to need someone
Guards.
between us and him, or we're going to die. Also, if the plan is to put him out of his misery, one of us is already inside, unfortunately. Sorry, Suni.
Oh, I thought I mean, if that's the plan, I can do that plan. I thought the plan was to release him.
I thought I made that
Rescue him.
very clear in roleplay that he is more of a beast than anything else. And I'm not in the room that you're in. I was hoping you'd ask what the state of him was, whether he was conscious and slavering or whatever. But yeah, I thought I made it pretty clear that this isn't a rescue mission. This
that's
is
okay.
just
Then
tying up a loose end.
I missed that, and you did. I'm recalling in my brain palace. In that case,
They do not respond to your help. Help, the king is dead.
Yeah. So to clarify, if I go to 0,
Willpower.
yeah, I have -2 to all rolls.
-2 to all
I-
non-physical rolls. It's only your mental and social rolls.
I thought that was okay. I thought it was when you start taking ag
No, it's
willpower
when
damage.
no, when you take.
Okay.
Oh, you're right. It's when you do start taking ag willpower damage. You're not impaired just yet. You're right. Congratulations.
Yeah, I
you
thought.
are right.
Oh,
You're
okay,
right.
cool,
Whew,
cool.
Okay.
Could somebody try that? No, wait, seriously, the king has actually been stabbed. Everybody needs to go see him. Could someone else try doing that?
No. No, unfortunately not.
No, seriously, the king has been stabbed, you guys.
No one
No,
likes the
if-
king that much.
this is Suni would have. What does he look like?
He's emaciated. He's got lots of. Clearly hasn't been healing. He's got holes in his body where they've been just cutting him open and taking blood. There's blood spewed everywhere from when he's off his leash. But he's not moving. He's unconscious. He's in torpor, or torpid, or sleeping, or doing something at this point.
Does he? So he's manacled, right?
Yes, he's manacled.
He's got
Yes, he's pretty well
hand
shaped.
mobility?
His hands are everything is he's completely restrained.
Would I be able to put a weapon in his hand?
You can put a weapon in his hand, yes, but he can't use it.
I will put his own axe in
Okay,
his hand
all right.
because I still have his axe that he gave to me on the night of the granary fire. I will put his axe in his hand. I will do my best to break the chains. And I will stab him right in the heart.
All right, so when you stab him in the heart, I'm not going to make you roll because he's completely motionless. He's not fighting back. As you stab him in the heart, you have to stab him a couple times. What's your strength, Suni? 1, yes. So you
More than
are
a couple.
maybe more than a couple times. As you stab him, eventually his body begins to decay. As you finally do enough trauma to his body that it slowly begins to decay in front of you. Slowly, the skin sloughing off, bone crumbling to dust eventually, as it just rots away in front of you. Slowly, not quickly, very slowly. Take another stain. You're staining it up tonight, my friend.
I guess I'm speedrunning that Humanity 6 tonight.
Oh, something like that. Gross. So you just killed someone. Now you've got all these guards, though, who just are outside the door. What do you do about them?
Play it cool, bro.
Just casually leave. Yeah.
Who are they to question you?
Oh, yeah, I still look like
Mael,
Mael.
yes. You still look like Mael, yes.
I leave the same way. I leave with the same energy that I walked in.
Okay. They don't bother looking in. You close the door and they go about their business, guarding their charge.
Could someone ask where Mael is? No, that
He's
wouldn't
in the
do any
king's-
good.
He's
I'm
in the
Mael.
king's
He's with the king.
chambers.
We already did.
He's in the king's chambers.
Is he though?
He's not here. Let's not be here either. Scoot your goofy butt out.
So are you coming?
Change
Are
your
you?
face. It's a fright.
Yeah,
Actually, keep it for when we find him.
sure. As I approach the group again, it is as Cyneric said. There was no returning him. He was full of holes, unable to heal, bled. He's in Valhalla now.
At least it was one of us and not Mael or the king who did this.
You killed him?
I had to.
If it's
I
as
feel
he
as though we
described.
were-
Go ahead.
I feel as though we were in an impossible situation. It seems that you have done him a mercy. Although I am
Indeed.
sad to hear it.
An end to his suffering. We should only hope that we are so lucky. Shall we end up in the same place?
Well, we'll talk about it later. We have to get out of here.
Do we seek Mael this night, or is our deed done?
Well, without Leif,
Our deed is done.
it's done. Yeah, without Leif,
Yeah, without Leif, he's got
weekend.
nothing.
They have nothing.
Much as I would like to end Mael, I fear he is too isolated on this eve.
You're able to leave without much incident.
We will get another opportunity.
Yes, you will. All right, guys. I'd like to end scene right there. I know it's a little abrupt, but I just saw the time and we
Oh.
are running a little bit late.
Oh man, poor Leif.
Poor Leaf. All right, don't leave the game, guys. This is what happens to your characters. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
All
everybody
right.
dies, including you.
Everyone dies, including...
Yeah, no, it's tonight did not go the way that I expected it to, but I'm really glad that we finally wrapped that up because it was something that like Roswynn as a character was definitely thinking about from time to time, but had no ability to do anything about it.
Let's wrap this up for real in our normal way. First things first, 3 XP for everyone tonight. So I don't
Hey.
forget. I'd like to go around and ask what you liked, what your favorite scene was, and what your favorite roleplay of the night was. I'm going to start with Nerded Art.
There were so many good things tonight. Favorite role play of the evening is probably a tie between Suni and Odd for just walking willingly right into the kidnapper's basement, and Suni for all of the shenanigans that he pulled on the way down, including just basically getting us into combat right out the gate, which was funny. Yeah, great time tonight. I thought everybody did an excellent job. I'm excited for when we can have the coterie meeting for real. I really enjoyed everybody's individual scenes and looking forward to all the new threads we have to follow. It'll be interesting.
Excellent. That brings me to Ellie. Tell me what you liked, what your favorite scene was, and your favorite roleplay tonight.
Oh man, everything was so great tonight. I gotta give it to Suni tonight because it was just everything was just funny and perfect and perfectly Suni. Just that wild card energy that we've all come to know and love. And I give that as both the best scene and the best roleplay. It was just great. Everything that Suni did tonight was wonderful, especially as Mael. If only some of us could also be able to turn into other people like that.
Excellent. Keyword, answer the questions, my friend.
I loved the vignettes at the beginning. I loved Anarawd. Yeah, follow free candy this way. Come on. But I think my favorite scene really is our little Scooby-Doo adventure through the eerily empty estate down to the dungeons, and then the stalwart guards. Favorite role play, I want to say it was the attempted coterie meeting, and the fact that despite clear indications by Cyneric that it wouldn't be advisable, everybody else decided, and it's okay, let's go. I like the way everybody presented themselves for that, and it's no clear and present danger. This is something we have to address. I think it worked really well as far as the internal politics of the coterie and determining how we move forward when it's not just Anarawd who expresses resistance to the presented idea. I think that was great on all of our parts for that one. But yeah.
Right, Joshy.
That was a great session. Really loved the opening scenes. Really like that we're starting to do that a little bit more in our game. Liked finally getting some headway on the 3 masks that I've been searching for. Didn't love that I fumbled the ball a little bit there with the not recognizing the severity of the situation as presented by Cyneric in the first place. Would have liked to have been able to just seamlessly gone through that instead of having to have the out of character stuff. But that's what it is. It's life. You move
Yes.
on. Favorite scene, doing the free candy. Loved it. And also the post free candy too. Anarawd coming back to the group and being like, guys, something bad has happened. We need to do something.
This creepy guy has free candy in his basement. You want to come too?
So
What I also liked
Go ahead.
also was how when Anarawd said that, pretty much everybody except for Cyneric were like, we need to go take care of this right now. It was like the one time we all got along and agreed on something, except for Cyneric.
I think it was all for different reasons too, because Suni didn't do it for love of the group. Suni did it because that's a threat to vampires, full stop.
Yeah.
That's why he was trying to get the elders to join us. Like, he's like, we need to friggin' deal with this because it's a bad thing.
Yeah, Cyneric was fence sitting too, because he was interested to see how, like, Cadweir, who can obfuscate, would offer perhaps to do something, but nope, stayed out.
Coterie, your problem. Davey,
It's true.
give me your answers, brother.
So I have two favorites this evening, if you'll indulge me. First of all, I really enjoyed when Retta talking to the bastard. I like to see her scheming and hatching her little plans there. And I also really enjoyed just how earnest that kid is, despite how shitty everyone treats him all the time. He's like, I can do it, I can do it.
That poor kid, because he really is. He's what, 15 years old. He's still a kid, but fuck it.
My other favorite was Cyneric's dating game. I just enjoy how like uncomfortable he was with the whole thing. Which terrified teenager are you gonna marry?
The one was, she wasn't terrified. She was like gung ho. She was like,
That's
I
true.
will be your.
Anti-Merida.
Really?
Okay. What I liked about game tonight, it went off the rails completely. It's only fair. I did it to Davey. You did it to me.
You did do it to me last week.
It's only fair. Turnabout is fair play. So I'm okay with it. I wrote a lot for the court meeting. I didn't write anything for rescuing Leif. So that was all pretty much off the fly, off the cuff.
Just as well we didn't rescue him.
Exactly. You didn't rescue him.
You dangled that worm in front of us. So.
I did dangle that worm in front of you.
You should have had something written for it.
I actually went farther than I expected to in Davey's vignette.
Yeah,
I revealed.
You didn't expect me to be as gullible as I am.
Exactly. I was not expecting you to follow him down to the basement. I thought you'd have been like, no, that's enough for me.
Bleeding from a chest wound. We have to
Go back. But we had a great time. I'm going to rate this out to mortal rolls.
And we have to do resolve stains.
Yes, we have to resolve
yes.
stains. Thank you. Who got stains tonight? Joshy.
I'm the only one. What do I roll? How do I roll it?
So you have 2 of them. What's your current humanity?
7.
So roll 1 dice, looking for a success.
Dice room is very slow tonight.
Very
Yeah.
slow. Very
Full
slow.
of suspense.
Full of suspense. I'm
Well,
going to reboot it.
Suspense is killing me.
It's just vibrating on my screen.
The fates have spoken.
There it goes.
Oh, we
Which
The first one, we take the first
We
one.
take the first one. Unfortunately, you lose to humanity.
Oh.
The Humanity 6 Club.
You don't feel even the tiniest bad about killing Leif. Huh?
I don't. Both in and out of character. He was not salvageable. The description have a bad time.
He was having a bad
Oh,
time.
man.
Loki,
Somebody's gonna tell Bad Dad. It's not
I'll let
gonna
him
be me.
know.
I was hoping
We start spamming the out of character chat with like rest in peace stuff.
just a little bit, like that little dark passenger was hoping that we could release the monster that is Leif. Like, just send him out into the night screaming and just slavering.
Absolutely. All right, guys, I'm going to rate this out to Mortal Rolls. I will see everyone shortly. Stick with us while we go through our end credits, and then we will raid.